Bill? Are you all right?
Fine. Good. Good.
What's going on?
Colors. 1,000 colors that are floating.
Yeah, well, just float with it, man. You know, let it carry you down the stream. And go where it wants to go. You will find that you will become one with your surroundings. You will live in perfect harmony with the world around you. You can reach out your hand and become one. Soon, you will find your mind begins to expand. Your consciousness to reach out to embrace all eternity. That here, all things are clear to you. That here, all things are a smooth running stream, transparent as the shimmering air, while far below the sparkling diamond highlights of the universe twinkle in response to the sunbursts of your soul.
I don't feel good. I'm dizzy, man. I can't remember what time it is.
Relax, hey, relax. Okay, listen. Relax, O exalted one. These things you feel inside are but the forces of evil striving to break loose. They're no part of you. Let them go. Let the spirit of the eternal enter you and suffuse your awareness, driving out all evil, driving out all hang-ups in your soul. O exalted one, let the deep well springs of eternal fire flow out from the source of all knowledge and the source of all sensation. Let the transcendental forces of the mystical world unite in you, reaching back over the countless eons, the generations of man. You'll find that a new lightness has entered your heart, that you can rise above the petty tribulations of the day, that you can float unencumbered upward toward your destiny. You will find that you become one with your surroundings. You will live in perfect harmony with the world around you. You can reach out your hand and become one. Soon you will find your mind begins to expand, your consciousness to reach out to embrace all eternity. That here all things are clear to you. That here all things are as smooth as a running stream, transparent as the shimmering air, while far below the sparkling diamond highlights of the universe twinkle in response to the sunbursts of your soul. Relax, O exalted one. These things you feel inside are but the forces of evil striving to break loose. They are no part of you. You will live in perfect harmony with the world around you. You can reach out your hand and become one. What are you doing out here?
I'm floating up to the stars, Joe.
Man, you can't float out here. We're 3 stories up.
Oh, no, I'm one with the universe. I'm God and Jesus, Joe. I'm going up there. I'm going up like the airplanes and the rockets. And I'm going up and I'm going to look down on the whole world.
Yeah, man. Hey, come on inside, huh? Hey, come on inside. Hey, Tony, come here. Come over here.
Oh.
Come here. Come on. Come on inside.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh.
Get her. Come on, get over here. Easy. Okay, back off. Back off.
Something, Joe.
Just relax now, Bill. You're all right. Just relax, man. Float with it. You're okay.
God, no, help! Save me, I'm an elf! If he keeps this up, the buzz is gonna come.
We better get him to a hospital.
That's a good idea. Let's take him into the emergency room. They can give him something to get him down.
Hey, Bill, we're going to take you to the hospital. Bill, you're okay. Bill, the doctor will give you some medicine. Now, you're okay now. Bill, can you hear me? Well, then he was lying on the floor yelling and screaming. I'm in hell. And oh, we didn't know how to get him down.
Did you take any acid yourself?
No. Well, I'm sort of the guide, you know.
How do you feel?
I'm okay. I was seeing a lot of colors. It was sort of pleasant. Actually, it's less now than it was before. I'm all right.
How about you?
I don't think I'm in hell, but I know they're trying to get me. I think they'd kill me if they could. It's strange. I know they're my friends, but there's something funny going on.
Don't worry about it. I'll give you a little medicine and have you fixed up. Look out here. Straight out. There you go.
Hey, Doc, do you get a lot of people in here on acid who've had bad trips?
Yeah, I'm afraid I see a good many.
I was wondering, can you tell beforehand whether they're going to have a bad trip or not?
And there's no way I know of. Here, why don't you look straight out here? There you go. And some people have a bad trip the first time. Still others have one or more good trips, and then they blow their minds.
Huh. You know, I was told location has a lot to do with it. I mean, if you're in the right set with the right people, that, well, you're okay.
Sometimes yes, and sometimes no. Take a look at your friend here. He had a bad trip. Evidently, he had good surroundings, and you were guiding him.
Oh, yeah, but I sometimes wonder if maybe I did something wrong.
You mean you think it was your fault?
Well, yeah.
You can put that on now. Oh, I don't know. I've seen a good many people that had the proper surroundings and good friends to guide them come in here in a panic. Then I've seen them come in dead, too.
Dead? What do you mean?
Well, take, for instance, the guy who thought he was God and walked out into the freeway and commanded the cars to stop. They didn't. Or some guys will try to drive a car, fly out a window, that sort of thing.
Have you ever tried it? Have you ever been out?
No. No, I spent 9 years and every dime I could get studying day and night to get through medical school to put things inside my head. No. You guys can fool around with scrambling up your brains if you want to. I can't afford that kind of a risk. Look, why don't the three of you just hold tight here? I'd like you to hang around for several hours. Then I'll come back and check him out and see how that medicine's doing. How do you feel?
I'll be all right. I lost some time. I don't know where some time went. It'll be all right here.
Okay, I'll check with you again shortly.
Well, I think he was discharged last month.
Hi, Bob.
Oh, what you got?
There's a lady here I'd like you to see. Actually, you might want to talk to her husband, too. She's been talking out of her head, and he's not too steady. I suspect it's drugs.
How'd she get here?
Her husband brought her. Said she's been talking about white powder sprinkled around the apartment. Somebody trying to steal the baby. Some men breaking in and trying to poison her and cause him trouble. You're in treatment room 2.
Okay. Mr. McIntosh?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm Dr. Baker, Psychiatry Service. What's the trouble?
It's my wife. She started talking out of her head last night. I think she might have got some crystal by mistake. I can't seem to do anything for her.
How much amphetamine or methadone did she get by mistake? Over how long a time?
Oh, maybe a lot of crystal. Maybe a couple of weeks.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. Why don't you wait outside?
Okay, Doc.
They came in the house. There was white powder on everything. I made some hamburgers. There was white powder in the hamburgers. There's white powder in the baby's crib. They're trying to get the baby. They're trying to poison the baby.
Who is?
The men. The men Henry knows and the police. They're trying to take the baby away. The probation officer told me, Mr. Simmons, he came by a couple of weeks ago and he said they'd take the baby. The baby's all right. She gets good food all the time. She gets bathed every day. She's all right. I know it's poison because Henry has sores on his face. That's from the poison. I have sores too. Look. And my eyeballs are cracking. And my skin, too, it just goes up. That's from the poison, from the white powder.
Well, Miss McIntosh, I think we have some medicine that'll help you. I'll have the nurse give it to you, and we'll talk more later. We'll probably want you to stay in the hospital. So why don't you come on now, see the nurse. And I want to talk to your husband about what's been going on. You want to come back in? Just sit there.
I want to tell you the truth. Because I think it's the only way I can help Dorothy. You see, 2 weeks ago, I got canned. My boss found out I had a record, and he fired me. I'd been working there for 4 months and doing a good job. They could have fired me any time, but they fired me 2 weeks ago. I said, the hell with it. One job after another, and every time they find out you got a record, out you go.
Yeah, but what about your wife?
Well, I bought a bag of crystal. Hey, a big bag. And we've been sitting in the apartment for the past 2 weeks just shooting speed, man. Then yesterday she started talking out of her head. She's been keeping this up just like you saw her since yesterday.
Well, she seems to be afraid that someone will try to take the baby. Where is the baby?
Oh, the baby's okay. Next door neighbor's taking care of the baby. But the probation officer, when he came around a couple of weeks ago, he said that if we used drugs again, the juvenile authorities would probably try to get the baby. That bugs her. And then she knows the heat's on me, too.
How come?
Well, I bought some gelatin capsules for a friend a while back. The cops were watching. They wanted to know what I wanted with the gelatin capsules. I just bought them for a friend. They wanted to know who. I didn't know his last name. I was just running an errand.
Well, the cops thought the gelatin capsules were for what?
Acid. LSD. See, the guys that make the stuff, they put a drop or so on the outside of the capsule. That's all it takes. But nobody will buy them that way. I mean, it just looks like an empty capsule. So they put sugar powder inside. That way the guy that's buying it sees that there's something in it. Only what he's really seeing is sugar powder.
Do you use LSD?
I wouldn't touch that stuff. I stay with things I know. At least I did when I was on the stuff I did.
Heroin?
Yeah. But I hadn't had any hard drugs for a long time. A couple of years. Man, I was mainlining when I was 16 years old.
How long have you and your wife been together?
We've been married about a year. We've known each other most of our lives. We grew up in the same block. She's had her troubles, and I've had mine.
How do you mean?
Well, I started fooling around with a bunch of guys when I was a young kid. You know, smoking pot, living it up. But they weren't fast enough for me, so I got to another group of guys who were using harder drugs. Then I got busted.
Well, how did that happen?
Well, a friend and I tried to rob a bank. Only thing was, we didn't realize it was Saturday night and the bank was closed. We broke a window to get in. The cops came. I did time. After I got out, there were other things.
Well, is it the cops your wife is worried about when she talks about men trying to get you?
Not exactly. You see, some of these guys I know, they're big operators. Now, I mean really big men. And sometimes they ask me to help them. And they're not people you can say no to. You know what I mean? I haven't done anything, but Dorothy's scared I will, and then I'll get sent up again. But when I try to stay clean, or I try to keep out of trouble, I just lose jobs because of my past record. I think I blew my cap a long time ago. And it's way up there somewhere in space, man. It's never gonna come down. All I can do is look straight ahead. Not to the sides, not to the back, just straight ahead. And do what I have to do. And if someone gets in my way, that's just too bad, because it's him or me. I just go, man. That's all. I just go.
Henry, we're going to have to keep your wife here for a while. Why don't you wait here?
Hi, Bob. How did it go?
I'm going to admit her to our ward. She's having a psychotic reaction from crystal. Probably be okay in a few days.
Crystal, that's one of the amphetamines, isn't it?
Yeah. You see, the addicts use it a lot, and they get psychotic from it. But you'll see the same thing in an overdose of any of the diet or pep pills. They tell you their skin and their eyeballs are cracking. They have paranoid delusions, people out to get them.
She told me the sores were caused by the crystal. Is that right, or?
Well, the sores are caused by dirt. See, they just sit around and shoot crystal and don't eat, don't wash.
Look, what about the one you have in the locked room? I looked in on her a while ago, and she was just sitting there chewing on her blanket, complaining of the bad taste. I asked her why she kept chewing on it then, and she said it was because her teeth itched. And then she started telling me this fantastic story about her sister trying to strangle her with a lampshade. That's why she was running around the hotel lobby. But you see, her sister is in Boston.
Yeah. We have to get her out of here as soon as we can, send her to a state hospital. She was in a couple of weeks ago. She's a barbiturate addict, and we can't do anything for her. I mean, she seemed okay when she was discharged, but she goes out and gets right back on the stuff. Let's take a look, see if she's okay.
Good idea.
Hi, Doctor.
Hi.
How you been? How come I got back here? I'm fine. I can go home now.
I thought you weren't going back on those pills, Mary.
Well, I just... There was only a few. I had to save for an emergency.
You've been drinking, too.
Only a fifth, I think. My sister brought it.
I thought your sister was in Boston.
I don't know how she got here, but she was there. She had the fifth, and then she tried to strangle me!
With a lampshade?
How did you know? Did Frank tell you?
Who's that, Mary?
Frank Sinatra. He told me over the radio. Come see him in Hollywood. And I've got to get to the airport before the plane goes.
Why don't you just lay down and relax for a while,
Okay, Doctor. But if Frankie comes for me, you'll tell him where I am.
I will, Mary. Well, that lady, believe it or not, got through 2 years of college and worked her way up to assistant buyer in a department store.
I don't think she could add 5 and 5 right now.
She's been on the alcohol and barbiturate route for the past 10 years. She not only has brain damage from the barbiturates, but I think she's had seizures, too, from being withdrawn suddenly.
You know, these people are often mistaken for drunks and thrown in the tank to cool off.
Then they start having fits. Nobody knows why.
Ah, Dr. Baker.
Situation.
Oh, hi, Sergeant. Dr. Thompson, Sergeant Black, Narcotics Squad.
How do you do?
Nice meeting you.
Here, Henry McIntyre brought his wife in.
Yeah, she's in the house.
Yeah, they've been sitting around for the past couple of weeks shooting crystal ever since he lost his job. Guess she flipped. By the way, I don't know if he told you, he bought over 5,000 gelatin capsules a little while back. This is the kind they use for LSD.
For LSD?
Oh, there's money in that stuff, man. And where there's money, those guys will be. They put a setup in somebody's house, get a supply of the raw materials. They have to smuggle that in. And away they go.
Look, Sergeant, some people will come in and they'll say, well, I've taken 250 or 500 micrograms of the stuff, but if it's black market, how do they know?
They don't. The only reason they think they know is because the guy who sold it to them told them that's what it was. And the only reason he knows is because the guy who made it estimated that's what he put on it. We've run some tests at our lab and found out that a 250 mic tab has contained anything from 50 to 1,200 mics. They don't know. They don't care. It's for the buck, that's all. Now, let's see now. Dorothy will be on ice for a while.
Right.
So that means Henry will be going out, trying to get some new connections and a little bread.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
I'm a new face to him, so I'll be seeing you later.
Say, Bob, I have a couple of kids on acid sitting out in the waiting room now. I gave them a little Thorazine a while ago. One of them had a pretty bad trip.
Hey, Doc, can we go?
Well, it depends. How do you feel?
Things are settling down. Still a lot of fog all over the floor, but I'm okay.
How about you?
I'd like to get some sleep.
Well, look, before I let you go, there are a couple of things I think you should know about LSD before you consider doing any of this again. There's now some indication from medical research that the use of LSD causes changes in the chromosomes. Since these controlled hereditary characteristics, it is possible that undesirable changes could occur in the bodies and the minds of the kids of the people who use it. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Another important thing to remember about this drug is that you could have a flashback. That's a reoccurrence or a repeat, the entire experience, without taking any more LSD. This is particularly true after a bad trip. Now, that flashback could occur up to 18 months after the first experience. It's usually brought on by stress, fatigue, similar surroundings, any number of things. Okay, now, how are you going to get home?
Yeah, I got my car.
Okay, you just be sure that you do the driving.
204, radar contact, 18 miles.
213, radar contact, 18 miles.
Flight 217, radar contact, 6 miles.
201, take speed 225.
Feedback 6, come on. Feedback 6, again, state. State is 3.0. Roger. 15, confirm.
You okay?
Yeah.
99 pounds of the
You want me to take your flight?
No, I'm all right. I'm okay. Flight 201. Take turn 180.
That flies 3 applied, take speed 200. All right, that's 10 speed 200.
Flight 201. Take speed 225.
That flies 3, take speed 250. Roger 250.
Bill, who's the letter from?
My sister.
Liberty! Sweet liberty! Woohoo! Hey, Bill. What was the matter with you today? You looked like you were sick or something when we were bringing in that last squadron.
Well, yeah, I felt kind of sick. Look, I was nervous. I started seeing colors like on that acid trip.
You did?
Yeah, I could control it, though, but for a minute there, I couldn't concentrate on the scopes. First, the sweeps, and then the targets all had colors around them, and They started to fall. I was falling right into the scope. It was over right away. It was a flash, but it scared me. I thought I was going on another acid trip or something. Hey, yeah, remember the doctor talked about that? Yeah, he called it flashing or flashbacks. A guy takes a trip without taking the drug. It was scary, man. The way that room's set up, it makes you feel like you're on a trip anyway. Yeah, I think your problem is that you're hung up on yourself somehow. Yeah, you need some new insights into your basic personality or something. Hey, maybe another acid trip. Help you get to the bottom of it. Hey, look, if anybody tried to make me take another trip, I'd throw them over the side right now. Right, okay, if that's how you feel.
Hey, look, Joe didn't mean you any harm, Bill. Remember, you wanted to try the LSD. It isn't his fault you had a bum trip. All I saw was a bunch of beautiful colors.
All right, okay. But I'm not going to try it anymore. At least if I can help it anyway. Okay, then forget it, huh? Hey, listen, we got this whole weekend coming up. What are we going to do?
What's on your mind? You're coming with us, aren't you?
Oh, sure. Look, I was thinking, either of you guys ever smoke grass? No. Hey, look, we could get some grass. I know a couple of guys might be having a party. Really, we could turn on, be groovy. You ever smoked it before? Oh, yeah, wow, lots of times. Yeah, you get kind of, giggly. But you don't get uptight like with acid. Hey, this might help you get over some of these problems.
Hey, where are you going to get this stuff?
Old Joe's got connections. Look, I don't want to go through anything if it's like the last time. Oh, come on, man. Now's not the time to get chicken. Look, lots of people smoke grass. Yeah, it helps to heighten your awareness of yourself, of the world, everything. Hey, grass, that's pot, isn't it? Oh, wow. Pot, grass, marijuana. Who cares? You can really get turned on.
No, we'd be stupid to try something like that, man. That's a federal offense.
Oh, groovy. So who's gonna bust us, huh? Come on.
That'll teach you to play with the big boys.
You're too good for me, Charlie.
You know, Henry, there's a lot of bread to be made in acid and in pot. Take this deal that Al's trying to make. It's the fashion, it's the style. You ought to get with it.
Nah, I can't. I got too much heat on me, for one thing. And for another, Dorothy'd throw me out. She's afraid we'll lose the baby.
Okay, Henry. How are you going to support yourself? How are you going to support the baby?
Well, they said I could get on welfare, and they said something about, vocational rehabilitation, too.
That sounds great, Henry.
That sounds real manly. But what I think Charlie's trying to tell you, Henry, why don't you get smart for once in your life?
Hey, folks. Got a guy here I'd like for you to meet. His name's Joe. Good people.
Hello, Joe.
Joe?
Hi, Joe. How you doing?
I've known him a long time. He's been coming in ever since he was a kid. Treat him right, huh?
Sure. What can I do for you, Joe?
I'm looking for a transaction.
What'd you have in mind?
Well, I thought I'd pick up some grass.
How many kilos do you want?
What's that?
How much do you want?
Oh, well, I don't know. I thought maybe a dozen joints.
I don't think I can handle that type of transaction. Pete, maybe you can help the kid.
Well, I tell you, I have something special. I was saving it for myself, really. Acapulco Gold, ever hear of that, kid?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll let you have the dozen joints. You got bread?
Oh, yeah. Hey, wow. Hey, thanks.
Have a good time, kid.
Yeah, hey, thanks.
Where'd you get the Acapulco Gold, Pete?
Listen, grass is grass. That kid won't know the difference.
Hey, what about that
deal I was talking about. Al here wants 10 kilos. I told him it was more than I could handle. I thought maybe you could take him to someone who could help him.
Hey, that's quite a deal. You sure he's okay? I mean, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I think I can take you to the man. But he better be okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I see you, man. Hey, bring your bucket, right?
You know, this Acapulco gold's great stuff. You get a real extra high out of it. And it's very hard to come by. But fortunately, I have some connections, and I was able to get it for you.
Joe, shut up. You talk too much.
Right.
Hey, one of you guys was talking about smoking pot all the time.
What else is there to do?
Well, yeah, but all the time.
Yeah. All the time. Something wrong with that?
You know, must be wild, though, huh? Some wild times, huh?
How do you mean?
Well, like with the chicks.
I got no time for chicks, man. All I got time for is pot. It's the only thing I do. That's my bag. Besides, you can't do nothing with chicks when you smoke a pot. It's a waste of good pot.
You gotta watch out, Josh. There may be nothing wrong with grass, but you can get busted. If you get busted, you've had it.
What do you mean?
Well, possession of pot's a felony. You can get a record and you can get sent up. I had a friend that got busted. He was in the Navy. Got a bad discharge and lost his security clearance. Wasn't able to get a job when he got out. Whole future shot to hell. Now all he does is sit around and smoke pot. And if he gets busted again, it's bye-bye birdie.
Hey, why don't you shut up? Or maybe you'd like me to shut you up myself, huh?
No, Josh, I didn't mean you. I didn't mean any harm.
I sit around and I smoke pot because I like to sit around and smoke pot. That's what I do. That's my bag. All right?
Sure, Josh, sure. I didn't mean any harm.
I'll tell you one thing, though. I don't sell it. A guy I knew up in Oregon got sent up for 20 years. 20 years for selling it to a friend. Boy, ain't that a gas.
Yeah.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening again. Joe! Joe, what you doing? What are you trying to blow my mind, Joe? Huh? Joe, what are you doing? I used to be able to control myself. I can't. I don't know what I'm doing. What made you do it, Joe? Huh? What you doing on purpose for? Joe, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna kill you if it's the last thing I do.
I don't know what it means, but I think he's getting kookier and kookier, and I'm worried about him.
Oh, he's all right. So he had a rough time at the party. He got over it.
Yeah, I know, but he's not so quick when we're landing the planes. He seems to be thinking of something else. He rubs his eyes. A couple of times I had to pick up on some mistakes he made. They were little mistakes, but maybe he might make a big mistake. And then what happens? Millions of dollars worth of airplane and a pilot and an RIO and who knows how many other people dead because he made a mistake.
I don't think he's that bad. You?
I don't know. That's just the point. I don't know. We were just talking about you.
What's wrong?
And it's the way you've been acting. Sometimes when we're bringing the planes in, you act like you're seeing things.
I have. I don't know what's wrong.
only for a second, but we worked for a long time. I don't know, the lights and everything going around it makes me feel like I'm going back on the acid trip again. Break out in a sweat, I just go out of my mind.
Can you tell when it's going to happen?
Sort of. You know, the lights, radar scope going around, excitement. I know, there's a pattern, light, dark, flickering. It sets everything off. I know it's mostly because everything's set up so much like it was in the acid trip, I think I'm going to have another one. I don't know, the scope, it changes colors, all sorts of crazy little things that happen.
Hey, what about going to sick bay? I mean, what if this thing gets out of hand? You know, we're bringing the planes in and you start seeing things in the scope or something?
It's never been to the point where I couldn't control it, though. I get dizzy, I get nervous. If I concentrate hard enough, I usually can control it. I don't know, though. Every now and then I start seeing faces in the scope. I look up at Joe through that glass. He looks like a monster. I know it's my imagination playing tricks on me, but I sure as hell wish it wouldn't happen anymore.
Well, you know the answer to that, man. It's simple. You just relax and you flow with it. I mean, you don't get all hung up.
Hey, why don't you tell that to the pilot that's coming in?
That is the stupidest thing I ever heard. Don't you know what would happen if Bill gave him the wrong instructions or pushed the wrong button or any damn thing? Don't you know what would happen? Yeah, I guess you're right.
You know, yeah, man, but if you're gonna reach a new level of awareness, you're gonna have to take some risks. I mean, the Indian mystics weren't concerned whether they could land planes or not.
Yeah, that's right, they weren't. They didn't have to. I do. If you ever have the job, you will too.
Well, what about sick bay? Maybe we could take you down there.
No good, then we'd all be in the soup.
Oh, well, maybe you could tell them some other kind of story, like you don't feel well or something.
What kind of a story? I'm crazy, I'm out of my head, I'm seeing things. That'd sound great. And what if I do tell the doctor about the acid and marijuana? What's he gonna do, believe I walked out in the street and found it? You guys are gonna get involved too. He knows we hang around together.
You know, you could tell him you took it yourself, and we had nothing to do with it.
You know the penalties for using dope. You're the guy that insisted on it. How come I'm supposed to be the only one that takes the rap? Maybe if a couple guys get involved, I won't get the book thrown at me.
Roger, you'll be flying on my wing all the way to the ball.
Flight 3, you now 35.
Bright Star 203, radio check. How do you hear, over?
I completely lost my TAC in, and I seem to be flying over a hot area. It looks like it's flashing down there. You have me on radar. Feedback 14 commencing, 15 seconds late, state 2.8.
Roger.
Fucking idea. Roger, I'm 28 miles.
28, Roger.
Okay, matter now. That's 17 miles platform.
Roger.
Hey, Bill, what's going on?
I'm floating with it. I'm floating with it, Tony. It's beautiful.
Yeah, red flash 3, commencing descent.
With the targets and the airplanes.
I'm having a little compass problem. I might have to watch my turns. I have to reset it
I
manually.
don't think I'll come back. Flight 207. I'm coming aboard.
Flight 207, disregard previous transmission. Disregard and continue your pattern.
Roger.
Mr. Coggins, this man has to be relieved.
What's going on here?
He can't function. He's sick.
What's wrong with him?
He's taken LSD, sir. He's having flashbacks, hallucinations.
How do you know?
Because Joe and I were with him when he took it.
All right, you two, get this man to sick bay right now. Jutes, move over on that board. Anderson, Johnson, get in here.
They've been trying to get me, and they did. I thought they were my friends. I guess that's part of the idea.
What idea?
Everything happens too fast to talk about it.
scope goes around. The world goes around, around, and we'll have a ball. But if the ball gets cracked, it never comes down. It's more like a balloon. A gas balloon. That's a gas.
Did you fellas take the stuff with him?
I took the LSD and later the marijuana.
How about you?
Well, no, I didn't take any.
Joe was our guide. He got us the acid and showed us how to find out the truth about ourselves. He wanted us to have a new experience.
What'd you do it for?
I just thought it might be fun to turn him on, that's all. I mean, like for kicks. I didn't think he'd freak out or anything.
You see, these drugs affect your judgment, concentration, particularly LSD. They cause changes in your brain. LSD seems to interfere with ambition, reaching one's goal in life, and with being a responsible person. Sometimes in the Navy, a great many lives can depend upon one person's judgment. We can't take chances.
The effectiveness of the United States Navy is based upon the reliability of each man who takes part in the vital mission of national defense. The improper and unauthorized use of drugs can destroy a man's reliability, can endanger the lives of his shipmates, and can weaken the defenses of our country. Tony Carvello lost his rate and his security clearance. He also lost his Federal Aviation Agency license as an air controller. Since he had demonstrated his judgment was not adequate for a responsible position in the Navy, he spent the balance of his term of service performing non-critical tasks and was denied the opportunity to re-enlist. Joe Hennessy, partially through the testimony of his former friends, was convicted in civil court for illegal possession and sale of dangerous drugs. He was discharged from the Navy under other than honorable conditions and will now serve a sentence in prison. Bill Apperson developed a psychotic mental disorder following the use of LSD. He was separated from the Navy with a medical discharge. Since his disorder was not service-connected, but was due to his own misconduct, he was transferred to a state mental institution where he will now receive long-term psychiatric care.